All right, let's do the Yom Yom. I'm sorry that somehow or other the last class got cut off, but here we go. Today is a fast day, by the way. In Tachanun, we don't say Tachanun Mincha. We don't say, okay, my father said, I am certain that when a chassid is in the place of learning, when a chassid is in the place of learning, or he's teaching, or he's saying a chassidic discourse to others, that the previous Rebbes are very happy. And that joy is enough to give that chassid that's teaching others, his children and his children's children, with an abundance of blessing, material and spiritual. In other words, be involved in the matters of the Rebbes and you get blessed. Here we go. That's for the first udder. Here's for the second udder. On Purim, we wipe out Amalek. Amalek is a special, weird creation, a nation that God creates, but it's also an urge which is present inside of every single Jew as well, because every Jew contains the whole world. And we have to fight against, that's what Chassidut is here for, to fight against Amalek. What is Amalek? Amalek is either the certainty that God does not exist, or the certainty that we can make trouble for God. The certainty that God does exist and we're going to make trouble for him. Why would such a bizarre thing happen like that? Because Amalek says God exists, right? And God creates me, right? And I want to destroy the Jews, right? So I must be right. If God creates me and he put this this impulse inside of me, and that's what I want to do, so God is on my side. Huh? That's Amalek. And he's got a good point, and he's there only for us to defy him. It's a power of hating Jews, hating God, which is totally beyond life itself. They're willing to die. They're willing to give their lives in order to, we saw that by the Nazis. The Nazis said, with the SS especially, we're here to kill or to be killed. They didn't care. Didn't make any difference to them. Amalek came forth and it fought with Israel at a place called Rephidim. As soon as they got out of Egypt, before they received the Torah, the Jewish people, it says there were weakness of hands. The Jewish peoples neglected the Torah. When the Jewish people become weak in the Torah, no, I'm sorry, this is right after they received the Torah. When the Jews become weak in the Torah, and Torah study is directed okay, when Jews become weak in the Torah, and Torah study is, what is this directed to fulfillment? What type of a word is this? Was the limud of Torah is doch almanas? Oh, I see. Oh, okay, good. When the Jews become weak in Torah, and they also become weak in fulfilling what the Torah is, doing what it says in the Torah, as soon as the Jews become weak, then comes along Amalek. And Amalek comes along and cools a Jew even more. To the Jewish people, we saw this especially in Europe when there was the Enlightenment movement. There came the Enlightenment movement with Mendelssohn and those people. And they said, who says there's such a thing as God? And if there is such a thing as God, so don't overdo it. You want to be religious in home. But the real reality is out in the street. They cooled the Jew off. Amalek fought with the Jews. The word Israel is an acronym for Yesh Sheshim Elef Sheshim Riboy Oter B'Torah. Every Jew has a letter in the Torah, and this is the reason for the custom of each person writing a letter in the Sefer Torah, as Amalek cools off the holiness of the Torah. The Torah becomes just a literature of a nice book. And it's not God's book, for sure. Right? That's what Amalek says. The antidote for this is Moses' commandment, choose men for us. You have to be like Moses. In every generation, there has to be someone like Moshe that makes the Jewish people crazy and says, don't listen to the logic of Amalek. In every generation, they're the heads of thousands of Jews, and you have to fight against Amalek. This says, you have to fight. Lachem, it doesn't say tilachmu, plural fight. Every Jew has to fight individually on his own to inspire himself to be excited about the godliness of the Torah, because the Torah is eternal and it's relevant in every generation and every time and every place. You want to fight Amalek? Learn Torah, do the commandments, be excited about the giver of the Torah and the commandments. That's what Amalek wants to stop, and that's what we are going to defy him with. Excitement in learning Torah, excitement in doing the commandments, warmth in loving every Jew. Now let's have a story.